Hey friends. So, what is healing? What does healing mean to you? Typically people are like, I just want to feel better, right? Or I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired or crappy. But they don't necessarily understand what to do, right? So, here's the deal. Healing is the vibrational realignment of the energetic bodies, etheric template, and physical reality. Okay? But in just like layman's, it's kind of like taking out the icky, or taking out the old energy and like bringing in something new or something good. Okay? There's a million ways to do it. I like to talk about things in ways that are like really practical and like understandable to the everyday person. Because if we start talking all love and light and flowery language, I personally find, that it goes over, it just doesn't resonate a lot of times. So here's the deal. In order to heal is to, again, want to change, shift, or, something. So you have to understand that, one, it is possible. Okay? Change and healing are absolutely possible. Two, we have to start to take personal accountability. And this is really the pivot point. So we've all been through things. We've all been through traumas. Everyone has been through something, okay? And I am sorry that you have been through everything that you've been through. A lot of it is just harsh, right? And at some point, though, at least in my healing journey, I realized that I had had all of these things done to me, and I was using that as an excuse to kind of keep myself down. I was using that as an excuse to be able to self-medicate in a lot of different ways. And it wasn't until I had the realization that nobody is coming to save me. Man, I was pissed when I realized that. I was like, what are you talking about? Nobody's coming to save me. I want somebody to come do this for me, right? I just want somebody to come make my life good. No, newsflash, guys. 100%. Your life is on you. This is literally the pivot point that will make or break your reality, your healing, and whether or not you overcome whatever trauma it is. Because if you are not willing to say, okay, this sucks. Nobody's coming to do it for me. Nobody's coming to save me. I have to be responsible. I have to take stock of what I've actually been doing. I have to look at my addictive patterns. I have to look at my behaviors. I have to take responsibility for my actions and then be willing to change. And if you're not willing to do that, then healing is just going to stay, and transformation will just stay out of reach, because that's the externalization of power. And it's easier to stay in victim than it is to shift into power, because when you shift into your personal power, then it's on you. Like there's no more, putting it off. And I get it, God, man, I spent years in that space where I was like, the things that I went through, for real, right? I barely survived it. And when I finally got, I was just such a hot mess. And then I had that realization of nobody's coming to save me. And I was so mad, because I was like, I've already been through all this stuff that would have killed most people. Like, I've already been through all this stuff. Like, what do you mean nobody's coming to rescue me? What do you mean I have to do this? I had some sort of righteousness. I had some sort of I deserve it. I deserve somebody else to come do this because I've been through X, Y, Z. I don't deserve anything. Nobody deserves anything. It just is, right? Man, that's harsh. Oh, it's a bitter, bitter pill to swallow. But once I wrapped my head around it and sat with it and was just stomping around with it for a couple of weeks, I finally was like, okay, there's no use in sitting here whining about it. I may as well get on with it. And that's when I itemized. So for me, I had a lot of addictions and things I had to handle. And I itemized all of the things, all of the substances I had to quit, right? And then I itemized all of my behaviors and how I was not showing up or being self-destructive or playing games or being manipulative or whatever. And I had to tackle those. I had to get honest, and then I had to tackle those. And then I had to just start cleaning up my life and thinking about what I want, you know? And so that's really how I began the process of pulling myself out of one of the many bottoms in this life. And I just wanted to share the tools with you because it is possible. Okay. So humanity as a collective right now is kind of stuck in this like whiny rut of being like super overwhelmed and wanting somebody else to swoop in and rescue and save. And it's just not. There's the news flash right there. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's 100%. When you take ownership, you take back your power. When you take back your power and you start walking with purpose and action, and you will not waver, invincible. That's when we become ultimately powerful, and that's when we like can literally move mountains. All right. Hope this is helpful. You got this.